Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do another Christmassy themed video. I wanted to put together a book tag this year called Carol of the Books, where different Christmas carols and Christmas songs are prompts for books. So I thought that would be kind of fun. I think what I'm going to try and do is link songs in the cards, which is up there, is it? I'm gonna try and link videos of these songs. Since I can't actually play the song for copyright reasons, I'm just gonna link a video of the song. I don't know how many cards I can link in a video, so we're just gonna have to see how it goes. But number one, it came upon a midnight clear. The prompt is nighttime on the cover, so some kind of a nighttime scene. I'm gonna go with blue screen. It is a very cityscape scene, but it is nighttime. You can see like the moonlight in the clouds there, so it does definitely count. I have not read this book. It is sci-fi. It looks really good. It sounds pretty decent. In the year 2050, privacy is the world's rarest resource, and nothing, not even the thoughts in your heads, are safe. So that sounds really good. It's been on my TBR shelf for a while, I just haven't gotten to it yet. So this is the one I've chosen for nighttime on the cover. The next carol is A Little Town of Bethlehem, and the prompt for that one is set in a small town. I am going to go with Showdown by Ted Dekker. This is one of my favorite Ted Dekker books, and it is a peculiar one because this strange man comes into this small town and he's so charming and likable and attractive, not necessarily in his appearance, but like he attracts people. And the thing about this figure, this man, this character, is he gets people to do things they wouldn't normally do out of their character. And it's not all good. So that's what I've chosen for a small town setting. The next song is Joy to the World, and the prompt for this one is some kind of a global setting. So either like traveling around the globe or some kind of global event. So for this one, I'm going with Last Light by Terry Blackstock. I do have book 3 and 4, but I don't have book 1. I need to get that one yet. But Last Light, this restoration series, is kind of sci-fi dystopian where all of a sudden all of the electronics in the whole world are unusable. They go dead. And it results in some chaos in society. So I really enjoyed that whole series. I highly recommend it. And we're going to go with that one for a global event because the outage went across the entire globe. So the next carol is Silent Night, and the prompt for this one is some kind of silence element in the plot, where it could be like a mute character, or you had to be quiet for a certain scene, or some kind of like element of being quiet or silent. And for this one, I've chosen Silent Songbird. It coincidentally does have silent in the title, so that's kind of a bonus. But Silent Songbird by Melanie Dickerson is a fairy tale retelling where our main character, she's on the run, and because she ends up needing to fake that she is mute. So that is the silence element in this plot. So the next carol is I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, and for this one I chose a married couple main character. This one is actually trickier to find because there were lots of books that I found, like that I could find, where either I guess not lots, but there were a few books I could have chosen, but the marriage actually only happens late in the book or in the subsequent books in that series. And I really wanted to find a book that like we started off with a married couple. And it's actually, in terms of the stuff that I've been reading, quite rare to have a married main couple as the main characters. So let me know for some suggestions in the comments below for some books of married couples. Yeah. But I did end up finding Illusion by Frank Peretti. This one is sci-fi, and it deals with this couple. They have been magicians, a magician duo, for 40 years, I think. Yeah, 40 years. And we enter the story after the wife has passed away and the man is grieving. And as he begins his process, his grieving process, he runs into someone that reminds him suspiciously of his wife, like 40 years ago. What's going on here? So, anyway, check this one out. I liked the premise more than I liked the actual book, but I still recommend it if you like that kind of premise. And yes, they did start off as a married couple in the way that this book was written. So the next carol is Away in a Manger, and the prompt for this one is farm animals or animal in the plot somewhere. And I actually found this one kind of tricky too. I think if I read more horse-based books, it could be easier, but I really don't have a lot in my arsenal of like equestrian or horse-themed books. So I did have to I feel like this is a bit of an easy answer, but it's the one that works for me, and that is Animal Farm by George Orwell. I mean, every character except for the farmer is a farm animal. So this one is, I don't know, is it sci-fi? Is it speculative fiction? Is it magical realism? I'm not really sure how to categorize this one, but it's George Orwell's way of portraying different societal constructs and the dangers that come with a lot of them. And I really like this book. So it's definitely a classic. I read it when I was a kid in school, didn't like it. Read it as an adult, really like it. So do with that what you will. The next song is I'll Be Home for Christmas, and the prompt I'm pulling from that is a character who's on a journey to get home. I am gonna go with Eyes Wide Open by Ted Dekker. Oh, I didn't even realize I had two Ted Dekkers in here, but this is how it goes. So Eyes Wide Open is a sci-fi paranormal, maybe, where our main character is, she kind of comes to, and she's in a psychiatric facility, and she believes she shouldn't be there. Wait, I think the intro is a little different, but anyway, she does end up in a psychiatric facility, and she's trying to escape, and she's trying to get out, to get home, to get somewhere safe. So in that way, she's trying to get home, because home is safety, not this hospital where she can't escape. So there's that. The next song is We Three Kings. The prompt I'm pulling is a book that has three main characters, or like a dynamic trio. And I'm gonna go with The Curse So Dark and Lonely. I really tried to pull books that I don't talk about very often, but I couldn't think of any other book that had a strong trio. So this book is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. It is science fiction, fantasy, and our main character is a regular girl, and she gets abducted, into a fantastical world, and she is the character of Belle, and then there is a character that plays like the Beast character, and then we have another character called Gray. He is a main character. There's definitely three main characters in this series, and I like this one. I don't know what to say. This one I feel like is very cliche because it's like a YA fantasy, and it had hype in its day, but I like this trilogy. So I would say this is a strong trio, but I am curious if you can think of any other books that have a strong trio of characters in storytelling in the comments below. Let me know. The next carol is the 12 Days of Christmas, and for this one we are picking a book with 12 letters in the title. I decided to go with The Goose Girl by Shannon Hale because I am currently reading this one for the very first time. I always thought, like, when people talk about this one, it always felt like a classic fairy tale. I'd never read it, and like I know there's a bunch of retellings of The Goose Girl, but this book was only written in like 2012? Oh, 2003. But still, that's 20 years. It's not really, I don't know. I just didn't think a book that was 20 years old would have retellings already, you know what I mean? Which I thought was interesting, but I'm in the process of reading this. It is 12 letters long. The next song is In the Bleak Midwinter, and for this one, pick a book where it's set in winter / snowy weather. So we are gonna go with The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe because obviously Narnia is in a state of perpetual winter because of the evil witch? Queen? Snow Queen? What's her name? I forget. Queen. It just says the Queen. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, perpetual winter. That's unfortunate. But read the book. If you don't know anything about this, it is classic children's fantasy with Christian allegorical themes. The next song is Blue Christmas, and for this one, select a book that is blue on the cover. And get a book that's all blue on the cover if you can, but I mean, we just have to deal with what we can do in our own collections. This is the one I managed to grab. It is considerably blue, so I think this one is perfect. Plus, I really love this cover of this waterfall in a sailboat beneath Copper Falls by Colleen Coble. I actually really liked this book. So yeah, this one is romantic suspense. Yeah, romantic suspense. Christian romantic suspense. Number 12 is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and for this one I want you to select a book that deals with bullying. And for this one, I'm gonna go with Wolf Hollow, because in Wolf Hollow, this is like historical, where I believe this girl goes to a new school, I think, a new town. And in that school, there is a bully that immediately singles her out and picks on her. But also this bully starts rumors about an old veteran in town. And those rumors prove to be detrimental to this man. So a lot of bullying in this book between kids and adults included. So yeah, this one was a good book. I recommend it if you like more historical. Our main character is a young girl, and yeah, deals with a lot of society things in here. So he's a World War I vet, so whatever time period that makes it. Anyway, I'll go with this one. Next carol is Hark the Herald Angels Sing, and for this one, choose a book dealing with the spiritual realm. So this one, I'm going to go with the ultimate, in my opinion, This Present Darkness by Frank E. Peretti. This was probably the first book I really read that dealt with like today's world mixed with the spirit world. And it's super impactful, really powerful. I highly recommend this one to everybody. And yeah, this one is pretty key in portraying the spiritual realm. The next carol is It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, and the prompt we're pulling for this one is something that manipulates time. It could be time travel, it can be a different way in which time is manipulated, if you have a book that otherwise fits. I'm gonna go with my favorite, The Ultimate Bright Empire series by Stephen Lawhead. The first book is The Skin Map, and I just absolutely adore this series. I need to reread it because it was so good, and I would love to experience it all over again. But yeah, it's science fiction, time travel. What more can I say? And the last carol, carol number 15, is Carol of the Bells, for which this tag is named after. So, Carol of the Bells, the prompt we're going to do is music as a key element to the story. And this one I struggle with every time this prompt comes up. In any kind of tag, I struggle because I can't think of anything. I know there was Sing Me Forgotten, but I don't own that one. And I wanted to show you guys as many owned copies as I could. So I did go to my comfort zone, The Hobbit, because J.R.R. Tolkien wrote out the songs that that the dwarves sing, and there's songs that Bilbo sang. There's lots of songs written out in here, and so this is just the easy answer for me. I would like to know if there are other books that you can think of off the top of your head that really have a strong musical element. So let me know. I would really like a lot of you guys to participate. I'm gonna try and think of a few friends here on BookTube that would do this. I hope you guys will do this tag for this Christmas season. So I know Amanda at Book Lover Amanda and Katie at Ponytails, Paperbacks and Ponytails? Ponytails and Paperbacks and Ponytails. I always get them mixed up. I know that those two are doing Vlogmas for sure. I know that Miriam at Miriam Elizabeth Reads loves Christmas. So we'll tag her. We'll tag Celestria, Amy, Chantel, Tiffany at Beautiful Minutia, and Taylor and Jane. So if you guys could do this tag, that would be super great. Let me know in the comments below. If you do this tag, we can all go over to your channels and watch your video also. So thank you guys so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for hearing me talk about, I hope, some different books that I haven't talked about too much. And yeah, I hope you guys have the best Christmas this year and a lovely day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!